Hey students, it's Mr. Wagner, and I'm back with another video. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope the first couple days of online learning has been going well for you. And today we're going to start, or this week I should say, we're going to start a brand new topic, new unit, and that's talking about data and statistics. So let me write that here. If you want to take notes, you can, but I understand you're at home, and you might not. Anyway. Data and statistics. What is this all about? Well, in math, mathematicians use data and statistics to find out what's normal, or more precisely, what's typical. Because obviously you guys are middle schoolers and none of you are normal. So we are asking ourselves the question, what is typical? And we have a lot of tools in our math toolbox that can help us find this out. In this unit, we're going to be looking at some of those tools. As you get older and move through math, you'll find out some other ways to do it as well. And today we're going to look at a specific tool called the mean, which I'm sure some of you have heard of in 5th grade. And a lot of you will say, well, the mean, that's just the average. And that's kind of what a lot of students say, and that's how they remember it. And it is an average. And so how do we find the average? Well, first we're going to talk about how we find what the mean is. And then we're going to get a little bit deeper into what it's actually showing us. A lot of students remember how to find it a lot of the time, and our first step here is that we add up all of our data. We add up all the data, so we can call that a sum, once again using our math vocab. And then after that is you're going to divide by how many data points we have. Okay, so that's easy enough. All of you know how to add and divide, but what does it tell us? What's it mean? Why is it telling us what's typical? So let's take a look at how we could use that. Let's say I wanted to find out what the typical number of siblings my students have. So I asked some students. Now normally you'd want to ask more than 4, but for our sakes I'm just going to ask 4. And the first person I ask says that they have 5 siblings, and hey look, Legos are coming in again. So the next person I asked told me that they have 3 siblings, and then we have 2 siblings and 2 siblings. So I asked 4 students, and these were the results of my survey. Now if we add these up, we get 12. And then how many people did I ask? I asked 4 people, so we will divide 12 by 4. And we find out that the average number is 3. What does that mean though? What is it telling us that the average number is 3? Because we're going to learn in this unit, we have other ways to find out what's typical. We have this thing called median. We can look at box and whisker plots. Sometimes you can even use the mode to find out what most people like. But here, this is why I have the Legos. I want you to see what happens. When we find the mean, we're taking all the data points and we're putting it together. And then when we divide by how many we have, we're actually sharing or distributing all of these siblings to each person. So when we divide by 4, we're saying, okay, well, the first person gets 3, the next person gets 3, the next person gets 3, and the next person gets 3. So what the average is actually telling us, what the mean is telling us, is if every person had the same number of siblings, they would all have 3 siblings. And this goes the same for if you're finding the average number of points a basketball player scored a night. Obviously in life, we don't score the same number of points in basketball every time. We don't get the same score on tests every time. So what the mean does, it says, if you put all of it together and you distribute it so you had the same number per night or the same score on each test, what would that be? And that's what the average is telling us.